Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. We are going to get the program started. While you're all just finishing up, I would like to introduce the dignitaries, the board, and the trustees. First off, we have Mayor Joy Cooper, who is most definitely here. Vice Mayor Levy did the Pledge of Allegiance. Excellent job. Grade school really paid off for you. Commissioner Sanders, thank you so much for the invocation. And Commissioner Bill Julian, there you go. And past Commissioner Dottie Ross. We have the City Manager, Renee Miller. Yay! Nydia Raffles. I just call her Nydia. It's like Madonna, Beyonce. Nydia, it's just easier that way. Deputy City Manager, Daniel Roseman. The tallest man in the house. Assistant City Manager, Jennifer Frastai. Fire Chief, Dan Sullivan, right on over there. We have the Fire Chief. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. There, yeah, exactly. We have the City Attorney, Lynn Whitfield. And then from our Board of Directors, we have Anthony Adelson, attorney, is right on over there. Adrian Barker from Barker Specialty. Kimberly Russell, who's America's Quality Care Services, and her entourage. Everybody should be applauding. Trustee member, Crown Plaza Hollywood, Mike Long. From Liberty Tax Service, Jesus, just Jesus. And it's funny when he texts me, it says Jesus is texting you. Probably nobody else, he's just texting me. From Gulfstream Park, we have Michael Fuchek. From CMIT Solutions of Hollywood, Barbara Adams. And from Third Federal Savings and Loan, Brian Bailey. Have I missed anyone other than Becker and Polyakov? Alan Koslow. He knows I saved the best for last. Okay, I would like to introduce Mayor Joy Cooper. As I'm sure you all know, she is one of the most dynamic and incredible women, and she comes to City Hall and I see her in business suits and running sneakers and all hours of the day. And so with that, I would like to introduce to you, if you don't already know, Mayor Joy Cooper.
Good afternoon, Hallandale Beach Chamber of Commerce. How's everybody doing today? It's always wonderful to be here, and I want to thank you very, very much for taking time out of your schedules, out of your business time, to come out and participate in the State of the City address again. It's always wonderful, and a special honor to be representing the city of Hallandale Beach as mayor. And again, the city of Hallandale Beach, which is progressive, innovative, and yes, filled with opportunity. Those of you that haven't heard our motto, we are really thrilled, and we've evolved and have new logos, and our staff has been working diligently to brand Hallandale Beach as the place to come and do business, to live, work, and play. And while most cities are still struggling through the recession, some are still in it, some are slowly going through recovery, our fiscal and financial strategic planning has really helped us weather this storm, and it's kept us in the black. We have continued to balance our budget, maintaining a healthy reserve, and providing a high level of service through the accessible and accountable government. Unlike many cities that are having union battles, I'm going to get through the basic nuts and bolts, which is kind of boring, and talk about visioning in a minute, but we have negotiated every one of our contracts. And we have addressed future costs, unlike many cities of Detroit and other areas that you read in the paper constantly. And we have really worked collectively with our employees that are one of our top assets in our community. And I'm proud to say, as a member of the Police and Fire Pension Board, which I sit on with the fire, the police, a CPA, and my colleague, Vice Mayor Livy, we've had 2013 was a banner year for us for our returns. And I don't say that just to boast. It's actually been audited, and our auditor, we have a clean audit of our pension board, has said we have been one of the top performing pension boards that he has audited in our state. So that is a great accomplishment, and certainly something that we should be proud of. Our city is also seeing a pickup in redevelopment. I know we have many of our development partners here today. And I have to tell you, many people, they like to complain about development, redevelopment, and traffic. But the reality is many people fail to see the connections that bricks and mortar has to our tax base. There is a direct correlation in increases in the tax base and revenues to pay for the services that we all use. And the price of that is what we have to work for to create revenues. We continue to strive for balanced redevelopment, and those of you that are in a room that have sat across the table negotiating with us and our city manager know that we weigh all the options. We weigh all the pros and cons, and we address balanced redevelopment. Currently, we are working with the Treasure Coast Planning Agency to craft regulations for a regional activity center with an eye on form-based codes. You're going to be hearing a lot about form-based codes, and many of you that are creating businesses or trying to redevelopment will be glad to hear our code will be easier to navigate when building or establishing a business. We're keenly watching what takes place in Tallahassee. I know that we're always watching that, but I want to tell you something. They like to boast that they're cutting taxes, and the reality is these taxes that they're cutting fall on the shoulders of every municipality in the state and in cities like ours, because they reduced shared revenues to pay for the services that you like to see and the infrastructure that we need to pay for and maintain. They propose sales tax cuts, corporate business tax cuts, and telecommunication tax cuts. Now, I'm like, a lot of people think that tax cuts are great. But with that said, it is going to mean that we are going to once again have to really sharpen our pencils in our city during this budget year, which is already kicked off. There are so many projects taking place inside City Hall and outside City Hall that I would like to tell you, I think the operative word for this year and the state of our city is busy. I'm like, what else are we doing but being busy? But we're producing and we're progressive. And I'm sure staff, as they clap, would agree. And I want to take a moment. I know it might cut into some of our time and your time to, getting you back to your business. But I want to make sure you've already met our city manager and some of our directors, but our staff, your staff, that your taxpayers pay for, are amazing. And I want them to very quickly, because I want you to know that we treat everyone as customers now, and they are here to serve you. So if we go real quick, I want you to get up and introduce yourself, starting over here. Real quick. Because
Ryan, Human Resources Director. Steve Park is the Public Works Director.
Radu Doty, Assistant HR Director.
Laura Days, Acting Executive Director.
Reporters, Code Compliance Official.
Sergio Assunce, Building Official.
Robert Rainberg, Acting Finance Director.
Tom Emberg, Chief Information Officer.
Althea Jefferson, Planning and Zoning Manager. Sheena James, your city clerk. Kevin Johnson, Parks and Recreation Director. Jen Jennifer Prasad, City Manager.
No, it's fine. And of course, our city attorney keeps us all legal. Right. Woohoo! She's a rock star, Nydia the rock star. And we missed one. You know, wait a minute. Daniel Roseman, okay? We as commissioners, and myself as mayor, it is great to see our strategic plan in action, and these are the amazing professionals that have been transforming our vision into action on a day-to-day basis. Give them a round of applause, please. No business can operate without a long-term vision and a strategic plan to get there. It's like preparing a sailboat, rigging the sails, and then not casting off. The first strategic plan in Hallandale Beach was implemented back when I first became mayor. Along with the commission, we agreed that it's not about our vision. I'm going to say that again. It's not about the commission's vision. It's about our stakeholders' needs and concerns. Over the years and through 3 city managers, our strategic plan has evolved and become much more sophisticated. The policy of conducting professional surveys of our stakeholders every 2 years has really helped us gauge our progress and get the pulse of our community. We do alternate residential and business surveys. This year, we will once again be doing a business survey. So I hope you participate, get involved, and find out more about it. We want to hear what your concerns and needs are. This practice, combined with hands-on workshops, has really helped to engage our stakeholders. As mayor, I have always approached my job with this philosophy. All stakeholders are my boss. Even though you may not even vote, or even if you didn't vote for me, I consider you my boss. With that said, my leadership, which is tied to the vision, includes performing my job by listening, educating myself on issues, and utilizing my knowledge and experience to make informed decisions for the greater good of our city. And I'd like to say I believe my colleagues do and practice the same philosophy. Those of you that know me know I am a no-nonsense person. The other day, someone asked me, well, if you're not a politician, what are you? You know, we always get attacked, we're a politician. I say, I'm about people, policy, and work. The progress of fact-fighting is vital to our long-term goals. Organizations that are not focused on data, are only focused on data operations without plan for the future will not get anywhere. And while the past is important as a learning tool, it is simply that. It is the past. We need a vision forward, and we need to be progressive. A good captain of that sailboat keeps his daily log, but always is checking his charts, making sure his equipment passes muster, and the crew is giving clear orders. Luckily, our city commission has pretty much been on the same page with our course and our journey. I have to mention that in democracy, like any other ship, we've had to weather storms once in a while, if you've watched our commission meetings. But over the past year and a half since the last election, we have fared them well. According to our recent survey, our city is moving in the right direction. Approval ratings on how we are handling our finances and other areas of concern ranked very well. They're actually in line with much of the city national views of municipal governments, because we produce, we run day-to-day, we do business, and 60%, well over 60% of national people polled support their municipal government. I'd like to say thank you for your participation in our survey. Thank you for giving us a seal of approval. But most importantly, there is always room for improvement, always. From our collective strategic planning efforts and listening to our stakeholders, we have established 9 priority areas. Create local jobs and a business-friendly environment. Promote quality economic development. Improve functionality and affordability of our infrastructure. Operational excellence. Improve safety, security, and comfort. Establish a cohesive visual appeal citywide. Maintain a civil and respectful government. Improve accessibility and engagement to government. Improve quality of life and service, and become a vibrant destination, which I'm sure, and I just commented on Valerie, is reflected in our new motto as well as our new logo. While we all share as a group these priorities, as mayor, I still keep pushing and staying on top of many other issues. Education, public safety, transportation, water infrastructure, and environmental issues all remain vital aspects of a sustainable city, and of course, my duty as mayor. The last 2 budgets, we've been able to provide what our stakeholders want and deserve while keeping taxes and fees in line. We remain sensitive that everyone is gradually coming out of this recession, and thankfully, we as a city are on a course to recovery. We continue investing in infrastructure, as you've seen, and I want to thank Peter Dobbins and his intern for putting together a beautiful PowerPoint presentation. And I like to say, those of you that traversed, the dirt, dust, and traffic jams around our city are proof that everyone's tax dollars are being put to work to enhance the quality of service. There is some growing pains taking place, but trust me, they are temporary. Please pardon our dust. There is smooth sailing at the end of the inlet. The Northeast Drainage Project, an $8 million improvement, is almost complete, with the majority of the work being done by the end of March, with no glitches. The A1A water main replacement project will also be done by the end of March. And everybody heard about that if they were trying to get south on A1A or backed up actually into Hollywood. These projects could not be performed without thoughtful strategic planning. During this, the city even reduced water rates this year while improving the water delivery system because we had sound financial planning. This summer, the total facelift of A1A will take place, and the residents of our beach neighborhood will finally see the FDOT project that was delayed since the beginning of the recession. We don't have control over everything, regretfully, right? Right, Commission? But we certainly can continue to push the envelope. Our new computer operating system, and how ironic Tom Oberge is sitting right up front, is currently being implemented with a public rollout scheduled for April. Right? Okay. IT isn't glamorous, but this $2 million plus investment of your tax dollars in technology will change the way we do business. I know I spoke about this project 2 years ago, and this was one of our major goals. My push to get the commission to move this project up and spend $2 million during a recession really paid off. And I want to thank the vision and foresight of the commission that I work for. They deserve a round of applause to really put their money. While the economy was slower, we had time and vision to set the stage and prepare for the future with a new foundation. A brand new citywide operation system. Not too glamorous, but really exciting to us internal geeks, I guess. We have shed, and what I'd like to say this year, for Hallandale Beach, we will be the 2014 winner of the Biggest Loser contest. Wait a minute. We've shed years of fat, in this case, years of red tape, and our staff went to an internal evaluation and self-reflection of what their strengths and weaknesses are. They listened to residents, business owners, and their bosses, the commission, They shed old, antiquated habits and improved and streamlined every department. They are now a lean, mean, fighting machine. Currently, they're still on training. Boot camp has taken them through weekends and countless hours of learning and practicing on new equipment. It has been hard work, but when the new system is rolled out, our city operations will be more accessible, efficient, and accountable to every stakeholder. The new financial system will make working with our city much faster and easier, like we like to say in U.S. Conference of Mayors, mobile and agile. You'll have access to pay bills online, sign up for park programs, register your business, check code information, and much more. We will finally be up to par with our non-governmental counterparts. Governments are not corporations, but we know, and our leadership knows, they can certainly run like one. Our customers will have access to HB mobile app with multiple widgets. If you don't know what they are, they're coming to a smartphone to you. Access to what you need at a simple touch of your handheld device. E-complaint tracking, government virtual town hall meetings, enhanced web TV and archive services, and all new HBTTV. Most importantly, building permits is online. Yay! A computer system is only a tool, though. We need to continue to educate and provide our training to employees so they provide excellent customer service. City Manager Miller and her executive team has been doing customer service training and enhancing human resources. I want to give her a round of applause for her leadership and dedication to this organization. She gets that customer service must be learned. It's not an innate ability, and it has to be cultivated through every department. One of my first jobs, when I was at 16, my formal W-2 job was in sales. Nothing replaces that experience and the old adage, the customer is always right. You're right. It's not different in government. Each person that comes to City Hall or that interfaces with one of our employees in the field is our customer. The goal is to communicate properly to ensure services are delivered or the problem is solved and they get results. If you remember last year when we rolled out our model, I reiterate it again, if you are truly innovative, no is not in your vocabulary. We are also partnering with the Chamber to provide continued outreach to update our customers about services we provide, to make their experience with City Hall much better and give partnerships access to many programs and vital information to make their businesses more successful. This year we have highlighted building services, fire codes, and are looking forward to more programs about our CRA and economic development. The most recent program on how to do business with the city, I hope gets repeated. If you haven't attended, I want to do it again. Last year, if you noticed our slides, our city was recognized as one of the 5 top livable cities in the country for a community benefit program. And I want to thank Commissioner Sanders and my colleagues that really get it and want to make sure that our tax dollars stay in our community. The simple goal of the program is to make sure our tax dollars spent on goods and services and projects in our city stay within our city to create jobs in our city. We continue to enhance this concept in what I call CBP2. We've adopted a unique ordinance and purchasing code that makes our local businesses get preference when we go out for needs. Now everybody says, well, what's unique about that? A lot of cities do it. This year I asked, not only should our local businesses and vendors get preferences, now if you are homesteaded resident in our city and own a business outside of our community, we have created a second-tier purchasing policy. This will make sure taxpayers have the opportunity to not just live here and play here, but to get some of our business to support their businesses. We do not want our taxpayers walking, our tax dollars walking out of our city. We want people to stay here, work here, and again, create their business here. As a trustee of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, as you noticed on our slide, we had a chance to roll out Google HB Get Your Business Online. That's a program, a free program in partnership with Google and partnership with the Chamber, and it's still underway if you haven't had a chance to check it out. It will provide a free website to your business for free, and there's also apps that will provide the ability for you to set up your website. But I also want to thank those business partners that came to this rollout that to provide those services. Because if you're like me, you want to know about it, but you don't want to do the nuts and bolts of it. Another new program that I will be presenting with the Chamber is also with conjunction of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. It's called Partner America. It is an initiative by the U.S. Conference of Mayors that provides small businesses expert business resources to local companies. American Management Services will come in and do a complete survey of your business, kind of like a business makeover. So I want you to stay tuned, keep involved in your chamber, and find out more about this program and the other programs they have to offer for you to network. Our computer system will save our customers time and money. That's what business is all about, but we still need to improve. The key is always learning the best communication skills. This technology will be adaptable to the future advancement in cloud programming. We won't be harnessed to the old system that doesn't operate effectively. We will continue to improve and broaden our access to you, our customers. Internally, City Manager Miller continues to work with staff and challenge their creativity to solve problems. We are fortunate to have her on board. Now for the upcoming year. We have been focused on the next front burner projects for 2014. While we've been addressing underground infrastructure, which is also not too glamorous and certainly very dirty and messy, it is time to move to completing our above-ground infrastructure. Last budget workshop, we began the discussion of completing our neighborhoods, making every neighborhood whole. Many of them do not have basic amenities and infrastructure found in urban progressive communities. These include basic sidewalks, lighting, drainage, street furniture. We need to develop curb appeal to make sure our city is attractive for investment. It's not just about the aesthetics, it's also about making our city safer, more walkable, and sustainable. Dark streets invite crime. Walking in the street is not physically safe. Sitting in the hot sun for buses does not encourage people to walk, be healthy, and utilize public transit. Every resident and visitor in our city limits deserves access to the same quality of life. The next step will be a full audit of this infrastructure with a goal to leverage our CRA dollars to do the projects area by area. Combined with clean streets this year, we've also been developing a hands-on approach to code enforcement. I know I hate to say that word out loud. Many of you are taking pause. But I want to share with you a very, very important thought. If you're a responsible business owner and you follow the rules and your next door business owner or next door neighbor allows their property to deteriorate, it has a direct impact on the value of your business and the value of your business property. They will start to decline. Values on the whole block will start to slide, and then this slide spreads to entire community, and regretfully, sometimes to entire city. Just like that sailboat, if it springs a leak, we have to stop it or we're not going anywhere. But in this city, the repair doesn't just come with a bill or that NOV. And I want to thank our code enforcement staff for their patience and their brave courage going out there and writing them. But we, from City Hall, are here to help. Yes, I'm going to say that out loud in a front of a bunch of business partners. Yes, we are here to help you. Partnering with the CRA, we have grants and forgivable loans to help you. Putting on one of my hats as chair of the CRA, I want you to know that we all have been keenly focused on making these programs easier and more accessible. We want you to access this money. We want to help you. The newest program is a $10,000 mini grant for facade code improvements and up to, and I believe it's $20,000 because I was doing the slate, right? For
Oh, for the,
15,000 for ADA compliance. If you're in the CRA, which is west of 14th Avenue, we want you to come in and visit Daniel, visit our executive director, Ms. Miller, and the CRA staff to find out more. There's not too many places that you can go to get free funds to help your business. We want to work together to collectively clean up our corridors and address one of those 9 priorities, provide a vibrant destination, which would be Hallandale Beach. Now, if you lease your business, it's been difficult kind of to get those loans. We've made that process easier. Make sure you find out about it. We've also have a new structure on forgivable loans that can go up to $50,000 to a 0 to 3% financing rate. I'm going to say that again, 0 to 3% interest that are forgivable in a graduated scale depending on your application. You're not going to find that at any bank or at the SBA, I don't think, but that is right next door to you. Take advantage of it. Visit it online through our modern technology and find out. Residential properties, if you live here, also, we've adapted those loan programs in the CRA to make it easier for you to upgrade your homes. Last but not least, one of the other main projects underway for this year has been a culmination of multiple years of workshops, planning, public input, public hearings, and investment in land acquisitions. Our parks master plan. Today, you're getting a view of some of those projects and what will be happening. Joe Scavo Park, B.F. James Park, and South Beach Park. We are developing a world-class park system here in Hallandale Beach. We will be opening 3 of those parks. We've already opened Foster Park. So we actually want you to find out what we're doing, how we're doing it, because we have taken the next step to go to our voters to ask them to invest in their future, invest in our infrastructure through a government bond. Now, everybody says, and it's so true, if you're not moving forward, you start to fall back because you're not investing. You're not painting your house, you're not fixing your windows, you're not mowing your lawn. You can't just stand and say, no, I'm not going to do it. We will ask for the money and build a world-class system. Our city will be embarking in an educational campaign about our parks bond and what it means to our city's future and our stakeholders. We cannot tell people how to vote, but we can let them know the facts. Parks do not just increase the quality of life for our residents. They are a business asset. They add to the value of your homes and our communities. Everyone knows sustainable cities are places where people can live, work, and play. Let us join together to complete these shared visions. Partner with us. Help us move our city, because we do have good parks. We've won an award for a playful city. Let's move from good to great. And I'll leave you with one ask, and I'm going to ask you to raise your hands. How many of you are signed up on our website for Notify Me? Going back to technology, you can, as easily as today, go back to your website or go on your app and make sure you sign up to get notified on what is taking place within our city. We'll notify you. It might be something you're interested in or not interested in. You can delete it but I hope you don't. I hope you read it and become true, mobile, agile stakeholders again to move maybe from not just good to great, but a city of excellence. And I want to thank you so, so much for your time and again, taking time out of your schedule to do this.